Beneath the contested waters of the West Philippine Sea lies an estimated 11 billion barrels of oil, an immense fortune hidden beneath the waves, waiting to be tapped. These reserves, if accessed, could transform the energy landscape of the entire region, offering a potential windfall for whoever controls them. Alongside the oil, there are 190 trillion cubic feet of natural gas, enough to power entire nations for decades, fuel industries, and provide electricity to millions of homes. This vast wealth of energy could be a game changer, not just for the Philippines, but for all of Southeast Asia. Yet, these resources remain locked beneath the sea, trapped in a complex and dangerous geopolitical standoff. Here, sovereignty, security, and international law collide, creating a volatile environment where every move is watched and every claim is contested. For the Philippines, the stakes are personal and profound. This is more than just a resource grab, it's a shot at true energy independence, a chance to reduce reliance on foreign imports, and an opportunity to fuel economic growth for generations to come. For the United States, the West Philippine Sea represents more than just distant waters. It's about ensuring regional stability, maintaining the free flow of commerce through some of the world's busiest shipping lanes, and upholding a balance of power in the Indo-Pacific. The West Philippine Sea is a patchwork of overlapping claims, with lines drawn and redrawn on maps by multiple countries. This tangled web makes exploration risky, often dangerous, and sometimes even deadly for those who venture into disputed waters. Foreign Coast Guard ships and maritime militias routinely disrupt legitimate activities, harassing Filipino fishermen and energy workers and threatening both Philippine rights and the security of global trade routes that pass through these waters. In response to these growing threats, the United States and the Philippines have revitalized their security partnership. Joint naval patrols and large-scale military exercises now send a clear message: aggression will not go unanswered, and cooperation is key to maintaining peace. Their shared goal is to uphold international law, deter acts of aggression, and secure an environment where the Philippines can safely develop its own resources without fear of intimidation or conflict. This partnership reinforces a rules-based order in the region, preventing disputes from spiraling out of control and protecting smaller nations from being bullied or coerced by more powerful neighbors. In this series, we'll explore the unique geography of the West Philippine Sea, the staggering energy reserves at stake, the long and complex history of the U.S.-Philippine alliance, and the mounting threats that drive this unprecedented cooperation. Ultimately, securing these resources is not just an economic imperative, it's a matter of national pride, survival, and regional security. The outcome will shape the future of the Philippines and influence the balance of power in Asia. The future of Southeast Asia's energy, prosperity, and stability may well be decided in these very waters, where every wave carries the weight of history, ambition, and hope. To truly grasp the roots of the conflict in this region, you first need to understand the geography. The map itself tells a story of overlapping interests and rising tensions. The West Philippine Sea is the name the Philippines uses for the eastern part of the South China Sea. This area covers the country's 200 nautical mile exclusive economic zone, or EEZ, as defined by international law. Within this zone, the Philippines has special rights to explore and use marine resources, from fishing to energy reserves beneath the sea floor. But this region is far from simple. It's a tangled maze of islands, reefs, and atolls, like the Spratly Islands and Scarborough Shoal, claimed not just by the Philippines, but also by China, Vietnam, Malaysia, Brunei, and Taiwan. Each country stakes its claim, leading to frequent standoffs and diplomatic disputes. Beyond the territorial disputes, these waters are a vital artery for global trade. About a third of the world's shipping, worth over $3 trillion every year, passes through the South China Sea. Oil, gas, and manufactured goods all flow through these busy lanes, making the region crucial not just for Asia, but for the entire world economy. For the United States, keeping these sea lanes open and free from coercion is a non-negotiable national interest. The U.S. Navy regularly patrols the area to ensure freedom of navigation and to reassure allies. Closer to home, the sea is a lifeline for millions of Filipinos. It supports a rich fishing industry, provides jobs, and is essential for food security. Generations of families depend on these waters for their daily catch and their way of life. However, the growing presence of foreign vessels, often larger and better equipped, has increasingly restricted Filipino fishermen's access to traditional fishing grounds. This not only threatens their livelihoods, but also puts pressure on the fragile marine ecosystem, risking long-term environmental damage. The Philippines faces a daunting challenge. Its Navy and Coast Guard are stretched thin, tasked with defending a vast maritime domain with limited resources and aging ships. That's where the partnership with the United States becomes essential. Through joint exercises, intelligence sharing, and advanced technology, the U.S. helps strengthen the Philippines' ability to monitor and protect its waters, ensuring a more secure and stable region for all. The real prize in the West Philippine Sea is the vast, untapped oil and gas beneath its seabed. The South China Sea holds about 11 billion barrels of oil and 190 trillion cubic feet of gas, much of it within the Philippines' exclusive zone, especially at Reed Bank. With the Malampaya gas field running dry by 2027, these reserves are crucial for the Philippines' energy future. China's sweeping 9-line claim overlaps these fields, despite a 2016 tribunal ruling in Manila's favor. Chinese vessels have repeatedly blocked Philippine exploration, stalling development. The risk deters international energy companies from investing. That's why U.S.-Philippine joint patrols matter. They signal that Manila isn't alone, and that aggression won't go unchecked. Only with security can legitimate economic activity move forward. The U.S.-Philippine alliance is deeply rooted in a shared and complex history, stretching back over a century to the era of American colonial rule and the Philippines' eventual independence. Over the decades, the two nations have built a partnership shaped by both conflict and cooperation, with their destinies intertwined by geography, shared values, and mutual interests. This enduring relationship was formalized and anchored by the 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty, a landmark agreement that remains the cornerstone of their alliance to this day. The treaty commits both nations to come to each other's aid in the event of an armed attack, forging a security pact that has stood the test of time and changing global threats. For decades, this alliance has served as a powerful regional deterrent, helping to maintain peace and stability in Southeast Asia and beyond. After the Cold War, the alliance evolved, shifting its focus from countering the spread of communism to addressing new threats like terrorism and transnational crime, adapting to the changing security landscape. Today, the partnership is more relevant than ever, with both countries working closely to ensure maritime security and safeguard vital sea lanes in the West Philippine Sea. The 2014 Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, or EDCA, further strengthened the alliance by allowing U.S. forces rotational access to key Philippine bases and the pre-positioning of military assets, enhancing both nations' ability to respond to crises. This agreement enables more frequent joint training, improves interoperability, and ensures rapid response to natural disasters or security threats, making the alliance more agile and effective. U.S. leaders have repeatedly clarified that the Mutual Defense Treaty explicitly covers attacks on Philippine forces, vessels, or aircraft anywhere in the South China Sea, sending a clear message of commitment. This assurance significantly raises the stakes for any potential aggressor, bolstering Manila's position and reinforcing the credibility of the alliance. By linking Philippine security to broader international interests, the alliance transforms what might be seen as a local dispute into a matter of global concern, drawing in the attention and support of other nations. In an era of rising tensions and increasing competition in the Indo-Pacific, the U.S.-Philippine alliance stands as a robust deterrent, helping to preserve peace and stability in one of the world's most contested regions. The alliance is more than words, it's action. U.S. and Philippine forces now conduct joint maritime and air patrols in the West Philippine Sea, enhancing surveillance and deterrence. These operations send a clear message: both nations are united in defending international law and sovereign rights. For the Philippines, working alongside U.S. forces means vital training and capacity building. Annual exercises like Balikatan have evolved to focus on external defense and maritime security, including live fire and amphibious drills. The U.S. provides financial aid, advanced equipment, and upgrades to Philippine bases. These efforts aim to modernize the Philippine military and build self-reliance. Through the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, infrastructure and readiness are being strengthened. The result, a more credible Philippine defense posture for the long term. The main threat to stability in the West Philippine Sea is China's sweeping claims, now marked by a 10-dash line. These claims overlap the exclusive zones of several Southeast Asian nations, including the Philippines. In 2016, an international tribunal ruled in Manila's favor, but China dismissed the verdict and intensified its activities. China has built military bases on artificial islands, projecting power across the region. Its Navy, Coast Guard, and Maritime militia patrol and intimidate, blocking Philippine exploration. This militarization raises the risk of escalation and undermines Philippine sovereignty. China's blockade of Reed Bank prevents Manila from developing vital energy resources. Facing this coercion, the Philippines has turned to the U.S. alliance as its strongest counterweight. China's tactics aren't open warfare. They're gray zone operations. The China Coast Guard and Maritime militia use intimidation, swarming, and non-lethal force to assert control without triggering war. Fishing vessels, often disguised as civilians, block access and overwhelm Philippine patrols. Water cannons, ramming, and lasers are used to harass without crossing the line into armed conflict. These actions wear down opponents and test the limits of international response. Joint U.S.-Philippine patrols and publicizing incidents help expose and deter these tactics. The goal: raise the costs for China and make its strategy harder to sustain. Energy security is national security. For the Philippines, developing its own oil and gas means less vulnerability to global shocks and foreign leverage. Domestic energy would stabilize prices, boost investment, and fund defense modernization. A stronger economy makes the Philippines a more resilient and capable ally. The U.S. benefits from a stable, energy-secure partner in a critical region. Joint ventures in the West Philippine Sea, protected by the alliance, set a regional example for upholding international law. Failure to secure these resources would embolden coercion and undermine alliances. The stakes: economic independence for Manila, credibility for Washington, and the future of a rules-based order. Securing these reserves is a test case for both nations. The U.S. and Philippines are united by shared interests: sovereignty, energy independence, and regional stability. Untapped reserves like Reed Bank are key to the Philippines' future. For the U.S., it's about upholding order and honoring alliances. China's gray zone tactics have blocked Manila's access, violating international law and destabilizing the region. The revitalized alliance, with joint patrols and military modernization, is a direct response. Together, they aim to create a secure environment for investment and the rule of law. This partnership stands for peaceful dispute resolution and the right of all nations to control their resources. The energy beneath the West Philippine Sea is more than a commodity. It's the catalyst for a crucial alliance and a stable future.